Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Jobu Sports Report. Because without you guys, well, this just doesn't work without you guys. Guys, some interesting things, okay? We've got the league meeting going on right now. All the owners and stuff are together, and Jerry Jones has said that Roger Goodell will be making an announcement about the anthem protest and the league as they stand. He was speaking for everybody. I got to tell you, Jerry Jones, who was the only owner who was against the whole situation, him and Papa John's and all that, since that settlement with the NFL, he has been very, very quiet, and he is deferring to everybody else. Here it is. He hasn't really said much as far as our Dallas Cowboy players or anything like that. Pretty much all the free agent signings and everything, it's all been Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones addressed the Terrence Williams injury as well as Dez Bryant's contract. In fact, I'm going to play this YouTube video from Dallas Cowboy fan club clips. So be sure to check them out and all that. And let me get this clip going, and you figure out what you think.
Doesn't rule out you taking a receiver in the first round if you feel that's the best player.
Sure does not.
And also, in taking those guys, you didn't take those guys with an idea of forcing out Dez. You're looking at complementing what you have in place now and going forward.
Absolutely. We want competition at all positions. And, obviously you look at what we have. And, Terrence obviously, had his injury. And we just feel like we needed some competitive at that position in terms of the numbers. And felt like both of these players were good values in terms of what we were trying to get accomplished for our football team for next year.
Terrence's injury?
He just got an off-season injury that he's dealing with.
Did he hurt during the off-season?
Yes.
What is it?
I'm not going to address it. Guess
What is
stepped out in front of it. But it's nothing that we're concerned about for the season, but you never know.
Will he miss some off-season time as far as OTA?
Yes, he can miss some off-season time.
It was surgical?
I'm not going to comment any further. No more comments on Terrence. No more comments on Terrence. No more comments on Terrence.
Bringing Alan Hearns in and why you're attracted by him and go from there and what it means for the rest of the season.
Well, I just think, when we took a look at the receivers, we just felt like that, we have a new coach at that position. Sanjay had done a lot of work with Will and our scouting department and Scott and Jason, and just felt like, when he came available, he's the type of guy, along with Deontay, the type of guy that could certainly, be a guy who could come in and fit what we want to get done as an offensive football team. I think he's, very competitive and brings, a great energy. Both of them do in terms of being able to do everything from, obviously number one is catch the ball, but when you're a receiver, but they're willing to do it all from the blocking to whatever it takes.
How does this, obviously affect the rest of the receiving core? You guys have talked, much off-season about needing to address Dez's contract. Where are you on that regarding Dez's contract?
We'll talk about Dez when it's time.
It's not time?
Not time.
Have you had any discussions with his people yet?
No.
What's the holdup?
We'll talk about Dez when it's time.
Adding Hearns and Thompson doesn't necessarily impact Dez and his future on this team.
No.
But the conversation still needs to be had.
Yeah. Interesting. It's not time. You notice how he went from being jovial, happy, and everything, joking about Terrence Williams in the offseason. No more talking about Terrence. No more talking about Terrence. About the excitement of having Hearns and Thompson in there. And then when he went to Dez, the look changed completely. Now, I'm saying, read between the lines a little bit here. You see the difference. You see how serious he is. And the expectation is, or they're expecting to say, Dez, you're going to need to take a pay cut. Now, we heard Jerry Jones report earlier that he said, hey, you know, we want Dez and everything else. But I always tell you, at least before, Jerry Jones is over here saying all the stuff. They're letting Jerry be Jerry. But the guy to pay attention to is Stephen Jones. Because Stephen Jones is the guy who took the card from him for Johnny Manziel. Stephen Jones is kind of like the Turk. He is the bearer of bad news. And he said it's not time to talk about Dez just yet. So infer what you want to infer on that one. It's not a done deal that Dez Bryant is going to be back here. I know that Hearns took the number 17, not 88, which is what he used to have. But I look at that look from Stephen Jones, and I got to tell you, there's a battle about to happen between them. Pay cut versus not being here. Generally speaking, the NFLPA does not want players to take pay cuts. You see, whenever a team talks to a player about pay cuts, what usually happens is the next thing is they're out the door. And it's the way for teams to be able to say, well, you know, we want them back, but, you know, they weren't willing to be a team player. Well, would you want to take a pay cut at your job? If your job came to you and you're making $20 an hour and say, hey, we want you to stay here for $10 an hour, what would you do? So we'll definitely be talking about this tonight, as well as everything else that's been going on with the Dallas Cowboys. Excuse me. We've got all kinds of free agent signings. We've got all kinds of movement. And, of course, there is the drama queen that is Odell Beckham. We'll be even touching that a little bit for you Giant fans. I'm Mark Holmes. This is CowboyJobu. And I don't know what to expect on the Dez Bryant situation. And I'll see you soon.
Hello, friends. CowboyJobu here with an unsolicited opinion on the Jobu wings. You were saying about the wings?
The wings are the best I've ever had. Hands down. Awesome.
Okay, well, we've been passing out our recipe. If you actually look on our YouTube channel, we have all the recipes for all this stuff on here.
With the women, with the ladies.
You know that. Okay, slide in a little bit here. Okay, all right, so on 3. Jay, get in there, man. Okay, we're gonna do How About Them Cowboys. Okay, all right, everybody, on 3, How About Them Cowboys. 1, 2, 3.
How about them Cowboys?